Hi everyone, it's Miss Cone. So I didn't want to leave you hanging with our read aloud, so I wanted to make sure that we were able to continue reading. So each day I'm going to read you a couple chapters, but make sure you listen very closely because at the end of the week you're going to have a fun project to do based on 11. I hope we can finish it by the end of the week. So we left off with a chapter called Leaving. We were making a lot of predictions about who was going to be leaving. Was it Caroline? Was it going to be Mac, Sam? Who was going to be leaving? So I'm going to reread that last page just so we can remember what happened. I know it was a long time ago. So we're going to reread so that we know exactly what's going on. Okay? All right. Who cared about what the class thought? She could have the castle. Keep it in her room. She'd remember. Oh, Sam, I have to help my mother. She walked away from him, keeping close to the fence, her back straight. She was crying again. He wanted to go after her or call after her, but he didn't know what to say. Mac had told him once, Onji always knows what to say, but it's hard for me. I'm going to pause there. So Mac used to have trouble knowing what to say. Sam is having trouble knowing what to say. Thinking that Sam is really thinking, maybe Mac is my grandfather. Miss Stanek blew her whistle. It was time to go in. You're going to miss the medieval feast, he called after Caroline, trying to make her smile. Peas porridge hot, she said over her shoulder. Marcy Albert said that 20 times a day. They were the last ones in the schoolyard. Mr. Raymond was coming across the yard and waved them to hurry. They followed the rest of the class up the stairs and into the classroom. I have something for you, Caroline said. I made it myself. Not so great, but anyway, you'll see when you get home. I'm making a prediction in my head what that could be. Caroline's giving him something. Maybe if she's leaving, it's something to remember her by. I wonder what that could be. The day went by in a blur. They sat together at lunch, and when it was time for him to go to Miss Waring's room, he whispered, Don't leave before I come back. But she was gone by the time Miss Waring finally let them go. The room was empty, except for a small package on his desk. 1 day left. All right, so that's the end of our chapter. So we know now who's leaving. It's Caroline. But something interesting is happening. Caroline left behind this package for Mac. I'm wondering what's inside. Chapter 18 is called The Phone Call. So I'm thinking a phone call. You usually call people when you're far away. So maybe Caroline will call Mac or Sam. Or maybe Sam's going to make a phone call to someone because he gets a clue. There's a lot of options here. Let's see. Chapter 18, The Phone Call. In the workroom, Sam unwrapped the package. It was a horse, with one leg a little shorter than the others, the face goofy. He held it up. It was just the kind of thing Caroline would make. He patted its clay back and leaned it against the plane so it would stay upright. He took the cloth off the castle. It still needed the roofs for the towers. The pie-shaped pieces were spread out next to it. He looked inside at the room he'd made for Caroline. Why should he finish it now? But how could he not? Mac had sample cans of paint on a shelf under the window near the front door. Some of them were metallic gold and silver and tangerine color, almost like Caroline's hair. He opened that one and painted the room with a small brush, bending over, angling his head to see it into the corners. The brush you use is important, Mac always said. The size, the shape. Sam tried to concentrate on that. The brush, the strokes, the look of the hidden room instead of Caroline leaving. Must feel really sad if he's trying to focus on other things. The bell jangled over the door behind him, and a woman came in holding a small oval table in her arms. Sam might have called Mac to come down. He was just upstairs in the kitchen having a cup of tea. He'd been there working all day while Sam was in school. Tired feet, he'd said as he went up the stairs. Bone tired. Instead, Sam took the table from the woman. She showed him a cut on the top. The dog chased the cat through the living room. The lamp went over. I was so furious. Pine, Sam said. Soft wood, easy to cut into, too easy. Wow, so Sam really knows a lot about wood. This woman came in with a piece of wood with a cut in it. Right away, Sam knew it was pine. Wow, he must have a special gift. But the dog's more important than the table after all. Can you fix it? He ran his thumb over it. Deep. It would take layers of filler, days of sanding, staining. We can do it. The phone rang. Pause there. The phone rang. That's the title of this chapter. All right, let me get really focused. The phone rang. Just a second. He went to the window table and picked it up. Max Woodworking. Sam? It was Caroline. He felt himself smile. Yes. Listen. The woman with the table cleared her throat. She must be getting a little annoyed over there. There's something we have to do tomorrow. I'm in a bit of a hurry, the woman said. Who knows what the dog is doing now? Can you hold on? He asked Caroline. Just for a second. He put the phone down and gave Mac's work pad to the woman. Just your name and a phone number. I don't have my glasses. The woman pushed the pad back at him. There was always something to remind him about the reading. So Sam is not going to be able to help her. But Mac had taught him to ask customers to spell their names. And if there was something special that needed to be done, something that wasn't obvious, he just had to remember. Your name? He tried not to sound too impatient. Marie Judson, the woman said absently as she went around him and walked toward the castle. She reached out. He didn't want her to touch it, though. The paint is wet. He could spell Judson. 2 pieces to it. Judd, son. He didn't have to bother with the first name. But hurry, he told himself. Caroline was waiting. That's a beautiful model, the woman said. I've seen a castle like that. He looked back at the phone. Is it the one on Hart Island? She asked. He spread out his hands. It's just, he shook his head. We'll call you as soon as the table's ready. She smiled. Hope you don't have a dog. A cat? He said, holding the phone again. My mother gave me the table 10 years ago. It was in her living room. He motioned with the phone. I have to get this. Sometimes people won't wait. No patience, she said, and went out the door. He put the phone to his ear. Caroline? Tomorrow's Saturday, and we can have the whole day together. My mom said she doesn't need me, and I can come over to the workshop. He looked toward the castle. All day tomorrow. We can't do that, though, she said, whispering. Oh, sorry. We can't do that, though, she said, whispering, her voice hushed. He shook his head. Wait a minute. I've looked up the bus schedule. I have babysitting money. Whoa! I found the children's home, 11th Street. I'll meet you at the bus stop in town, 9 o'clock. The phone clicked, and she was gone. He ran his fingers over the woman's table, his mouth dry. Was he really going back to that house tomorrow? Back to the woman, and maybe to the boy with the flapping hands? Wow, he's having all these memories are coming back. And then another thought. What was he going to tell Mac? That's the end of chapter 18. The next chapter is called The Children's Home. So we just learned a lot of information in that chapter. So the phone call, I'm realizing, that was from Caroline, telling Sam that she had one more day here and that they had some stuff to still figure out. And then she said that she has babysitting money, so she's going to go on the bus with Sam to the children's home. Wow, that next chapter is going to tell us so much about the children's home on 11th Street. I'm really curious to find out what happens next. tomorrow we're going to read that next chapter together and figure out what is this children's home all about.